It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. We got to get into this whole Wale thing, man. Wale, Diddy, Cassie. Y'all know the Diddy and Cassie saga has been going all week. Last week, it's been going crazy. Ever since the allegations came out about whatever he allegedly did to her, everybody's got an opinion about it. Everybody's trying to seek justice. There's been people that are advocating for her. Of course, we know the lawsuit got settled within 24 hours, all that blah, blah, blah. But there's so many other stories that have been released in the wake of that lawsuit coming out that it's hard to know what's real, what's not, what's true, and what's fake. Now, we already know Diddy allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car, because he was dating Cassie or they had a little fling or something of that effect. Kid Cudi came out and said that was true. Okay, now we have this guy by the name of Glizzy, who's a rapper who used to be affiliated with Shy Glizzy, Wale, etc. And he's saying that Wale was hung over a balcony back during the time when Diddy and Cassie were an item. Okay, he goes into a complete story about how he was in the studio with Wale and Shy Glizzy, right? He talks about how they were in there recording with Cassie. He talks about how Wale was giving them a pre-briefing saying, hey, make sure y'all cool. Don't look at her in the face. Don't make no jokes with her. Don't smile. Don't do nothing. Because dude be tripping. They get in there. They start making a song together. Diddy comes in and he takes Wale behind some curtains. Next thing you know, he's over a balcony with his feet in the air doing the Tootsie Roll. This is what Glizzy had to say. Now we have Wale coming out saying this is completely not true. Okay, so a lot of the stuff up to this point, all the preliminaries, most of these stories have been corroborated. However, Wale is denying. He said this is absolutely false, and he said y'all are getting this scene from the 5 heartbeats. That has nothing to do with me. Now, if you haven't seen the Glizzy clip by now, let's go ahead and just roll the tape so that we can get everybody familiar, and then we'll get into what Wale has to say specifically, because he had some choice words.
We in the studio, and this girl in the studio, and she's singing, but the girl is Cassie at the time. I don't really know what's going on. I just know she a big singer. I'm not a musician. I'm not a music guy at this time. I'm not into music. I'm just there with Shy, literally make sure Shy all right. I know like the popping people. Wale been telling us like before we even get to the studio with him and Cassie in the studio, Wale was already telling us like, man, we better go to the studio with Cassie. Man, Diddy be acting crazy over her. Diddy don't want nobody working around her, so y'all make sure y'all don't look at her too wild or make her feel uncomfortable. Or if you see her security guards with her, just prepping us on how crazy Diddy act over her. Like any guys that's around her in her vicinity, while Diddy not around, he kirks off, he goes off. We make it through the session. We probably like an hour in the session, like an hour into the session, maybe 2. Her and Wale doing what they do in the studio, but they helping each other. It's just professional, y'all. It ain't nothing like, they ain't doing nothing weird. I don't feel no weird vibes. I don't see no flirting or nothing. It's really professional. They making good music. So I'm off not paying no attention. I've been heard what he told me before we walk in here about Diddy be tripping, but I'm just thinking like Diddy be tripping. I swear to God, y'all. Diddy and his security guards walk through this room. I told y'all. But I don't know. I guess they weren't supposed to be there doing in person together. They were supposed to sit whatever, but they was trying to.
I wanted to keep going with the story, but I don't know what's going on with that video. It's doing some weird stuff, so we just go stop there. But y'all get the gist of the story, right? He says, Diddy come in, they acting funny, security guards is there, Wale start getting a little shaky, right? He said next thing you know, they end up behind a curtain because there is a booth in the studio, and he says they got like these different curtains like at an auditorium where you go for an opera, right? So you could pull the curtains open, you could close them, it's a piano, it's all type of stuff. So setting the scene. Next thing you know, he says, oh snap, they got him hanging over the balcony with his shoes up. Wale says Glizzy got this from the 5 heartbeats, which if you've seen the 5 heartbeats, you know it definitely sounds very similar. But let's get into the official statement released by Wale and his team, because I said a little piece of it, but he's actually got a little bit more to give. So on TMZ, which is who they talk to, they state, Wale's management tells TMZ Hip Hop the story first started by DMV rapper turned YouTuber Glizzy is pure fakery, and goes on to say it's a shame that a complete fabrication has gotten this far and that we have to dignify it with a response. They continue, it is a fantasy written by an outsider to exploit a viral story for clicks. The author must have watched the 5 Heartbeats on basic cable and got inspired. They have never been in the same room as the people mentioned. Wale has never met Cassie or the author and was never involved in any type of altercation. He wishes peace for everyone involved in the settlement. Wale's team is also warning any media outlets that continuing posting this story will be spreading fake news, and we appreciate any outlet dedicated to factual reporting. TMZ goes on to state Ant Glizzy has repeatedly made it clear in his videos that he has a bone to pick with Wale, but also lingering beef with Shy Glizzy, who he also mentioned in the story. So you got to take Ant Glizzy's word with a grain of salt, maybe a half a grain, okay? Because if you just search Wale Ant Glizzy on YouTube, you'll see that he's talked about Wale and Shy Glizzy in numerous occasions where he's talking about them, saying he's done nothing for DMV artists, calling him a B, calling him all sorts of names. So I don't know what happened with their professional relationship, their friendship, whatever they had going on. It seems to have dissipated, and he's been on a warpath against these guys ever since. Wale, however, we can't say that you ain't never met this guy, all right? Because there's actually another video floating around, which I'm going to play, and I'm not playing this to expose nobody. I'm just playing it because I saw it online, that explicitly shows Wale and Ant Glizzy turning up together on camera. And this ain't no TMZ type camera. This is a videographer catching this in 4K, okay? So to say you've never met this guy, I think that was a bit too much. I know you want to clear your name. I know you want to absolve all connection to this dude. Say, hey, I don't fuck with him. I knew him at one point. We ain't rocking no more. Dude been on some bullshit. He on some clout chasing shit. I know him, but that shit he telling y'all is fugazi. I would have accepted that. I would have been a little bit more lenient on that, but here we are. I'm not going to play the weak ass song that's playing on here. So y'all just going to have to see what's going on. They say Wale goes on TMZ, says he never met Ant Glizzy. Is Wale lying? You see Wale here. You see, I think that's Shy Glizzy there. Then we have Ant Glizzy coming into the shot. We have Young Hefe, who I guess they were celebrating with for his release party. And you see them all turning up together, having a great time, getting drinks and libations, playing music. Phones is out, weed is in the air, or cigars, something of that sort. So we see there's at least one occasion in which these men all were in concert together. And I don't mean concert as in a show. I just mean in the same vicinity. Again, I do not say this or show this to try to be disrespectful to Wale. I'm just saying that part of the story is clearly not true. I don't believe that he was hung over a balcony. However, in Cassie's lawsuit, there is a statement of someone that was a friend of Cassie that was put over a balcony at some point. That was inside her report. Next thing you know, this video resurfaces. I think it was done a while back. So now people are putting two and two together saying that this was Wale. He says no. I don't know. Every other story that's come out, I'm going to be honest, has been pretty real. Diddy's issue with Drake, where he got smacked in the alleyway or something like that, they say that's real. Diddy and J. Cole having that fight over Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole put hands on Diddy. Turns out that that was real. J. Cole even rapped about it on one of his albums, saying my last scrap I had, who would have thought would be with Diddy or something like that. So that's been corroborated. It was brought to my attention yesterday that even some of this alleged abuse that's going on with Cassie, there's a photo of her with a busted lip and like some bandages on her face, and they're saying that this was a result of his aggression out there in Dubai. They tried to cover it up and make it seem like she fell off an ATV. Even that's starting to come into fruition as corroboration, right? So a lot of the stuff that's out there is being met with matching confirmations. So this would be one of the first issues that has no sort of bearing if Wale is in fact telling the truth. Again, I'm not here to expose Wale. I'm not here to embarrass Wale. I'm not even here to joke on him if he got treated in that fashion, because number one, you're in a vulnerable position. You're in somebody else's studio. You're in there with somebody who got big ass bodyguards who've been out here clapping niggas for years, allegedly. So if they hem you up and hold you over a balcony, there's no insult to you or your manhood just because it happened to you. I know it may feel bad, but I'm gonna be honest, man. It can happen to anybody. Even you gangster so-called niggas with the gats hanging out your goddamn, y'all. You ASAP Rocky niggas thinking that gun gonna do something for you, you might have to let it off, cause once them niggas get a hold of you, it's gonna be a rough night. So I'm not here to indict Wale or make him seem like he's soft or nothing like that. I'm sure people in the comments will do that enough. I'm just saying there's footage out there that at least says you've met this guy Ant Glizzy before, which makes the rest of your story seem a little shaky. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one. Oh, before we get to the next thing, y'all see this Southside hat I got on, okay? This coincides with my album, Southside Nolan. So for those of y'all that have been commenting on the song that plays at the end of all my videos, that song is called Let's Get It. It's available on all platforms, streaming platforms, etc. However, the album, Southside Nolan, that it comes from, up until December 1st, is being exclusively sold on Even. There's 13 songs on the album. Let's Get It is one of them. Y'all know that shit banging. These Southside hats will be for sale very soon. All you got to do is buy the album. You'll get notifications when the merch is available. The first 50 people to buy the album will also be rewarded with a free CD sent to your home. So you actually get a collectible. You can play it if you want to, or you can hold on to it and just keep it for keepsake. Again, exclusive merch will be going on Even first before it goes to the general public. So if you want a Southside hat, we're going to do a run of t-shirts. I'm going to try to do something that's not just white and black tees. I want to do like vintage style tees. We're going to also do hoodies, sweatshirts, etc. Make sure y'all go to even.biz, Southside Nolan. I'm going to put the link down below. Go ahead and get the album. Of course, it will be available for streaming on December 1st. However, artists do not make money off of streams. Y'all have probably heard the rumors about Spotify creating streaming thresholds for artists before they get paid, all this different type of stuff. So all the money that comes from this project will be used to not only supplement for me, right? Because I have a child on the way and we need all the ducats we could get. But that money is also going to be used to compensate all of the producers and collaborators on the project for doing their contribution. I'm not signed to a label, so this is going back to the creative so that we can go back and create more, because I plan on doing a 3-part series, Southside Nolan Volume 1, 2, and 3, just to give y'all some clarification. But if you like the Southside hat and you want to get one, you know what I'm saying, let me know down below in the comments as well so that I can know that there's a demand for it. But I'll catch y'all later. We're going to do snapbacks and trucker hats too. It's not just going to be these straight brims. So again, let me know. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.